Good afternoon. I'd like to share with you the informal assessment I did with my target student, Jimmy, who is in 5th grade. For the informal assessment, I first spoke with the reading teacher to find out what Jimmy is currently reading. I then got a copy of his independent reading book, Bad Guys, Attack of the Zittens by Aaron Blabey, which is a graphic novel. Based on his weakness in comprehension, I decided to create a simple rubric that would measure his writing mechanics, ability to stay on task with one writing prompt, and to see if he would offer any additional information. This book has several characters that appear throughout the book series. However, a new character was introduced in this particular story. I wanted to see if Jimmy would pick up on some of the details, starting particularly with the character's name. I sat with Jimmy in the back of the room while the other students read their IRB books. I asked him about the book, the title, the characters, what he had read so far, and what he thought the story was about. He was able to provide some literal details. Although he had read enough to be introduced to the new character, he could not tell me his name or what kind of animal he was. I decided to give him one task, which was to go back into the reading and find out the name of the character and write a sentence about it. I wrote this question on a Post-it note and placed it in his notebook. About 10 minutes later, once I saw that he was done writing, I conferred with him again, using the rubric that has 3 categories, and I scored it 2 points in each category. I proceeded to read his sentence. He did in fact stay on task. He provided one sentence with the character's name. He did not use a capital letter at the beginning of the sentence, but he did use a period at the end of the sentence. Although he did not offer extra information about the character in written form, he did share more details about him verbally. It was clear to me that when Jimmy is given a specific prompt, he does try to complete it. Here is an example of the actual Post-it. When I conferred with him the first time and I found out how much he understood or how much he knew about the story, I was then able to pinpoint one question, write it on the Post-it, put it in his notebook. His task, as stated before, was to go back and reread and then be able to find out the answer to the particular prompt and write a sentence about it. He did also use capital letters for the name, for the proper noun, so that was a very good thing. So for the rubric, it's a very, very simple rubric with 3 categories, as I stated before. The first box says, my sentences are complete with capital letters and punctuation. The second box says, my response stays focused on the prompt. And the third one says, I included specific details from the book. Each category is scored with 2, and I gave him a 3 out of 6. Had he given me some more details in a written form, as he shared with me verbally, then I would have given him points in that particular category. But Jimmy is the kind of student that needs to be prompted, and he works best with one task at a time because he has issues with distractibility, but he does try very hard, and he is eager to please. So it would benefit him to work with tasks of maybe 1 or 2 elements at a time. It's a very simple rubric that can also be given to the student to do self-assessment. Thank you very much.